What happens to a modern civilization when you turn off the water? For decades, we believed the wars of the Middle East were fought over oil. But in 2026, the strategy has shifted from the fuel in your tank to the water in your tap. As of April 7th, the world reached a terrifying precipice. U.S. President Donald Trump issued an 8 p.m. ultimatum, threatening to bomb every power plant, bridge, and water system in Iran if the Strait of Hormuz remained closed. This isn't just a threat of war, it is a threat of civilizational death. This is the era of water geopolitics, where the most vital human necessity has become the ultimate weapon of statecraft. Welcome to At World Strategy Lab. In this strategic briefing, we analyze why the targeting of water infrastructure is the most effective and dangerous move on the global chessboard. In the arid landscape of the Persian Gulf, water is not just a resource, it is life itself. By threatening desalination plants and filtration hubs, superpowers can achieve strategic paralysis without firing a single shot at a military base. This is the shift from kinetic warfare to infrastructure attrition. The goal is to make the cost of resistance so high that a nation's social fabric collapses from within. When a city's water goes dark, medical care, food supply chains, and basic survival are immediately severed. Strategy becomes a two-way street. In March 2026, we saw this water war materialize as desalination facilities on Iran's Qeshm Island and in Bahrain were struck in retaliatory salvos. Iran has explicitly warned that if its energy grid is decimated, it will target the desalination plants that supply nearly 90% of the drinking water to the UAE, Saudi Arabia, and Kuwait. This is mutual assured thirst. In the 2026 world order, countries are realizing that controlling a choke point like the Strait of Hormuz is only one half of the equation. The other half is the vulnerability of the infrastructure that sustains life in the desert. While oil funds the war, water determines who can stay in it. This has forced a massive realignment, where regional leaders must now balance their military alliances against the literal survival of their populations. The structural reality is clear. Terrestrial power is now a subsidiary of infrastructure security. The nations that can protect their water and threaten their rivals will dictate the diplomatic terms of the next century. In grand strategy, you can live without oil, but you cannot survive without water. As the 8 p.m. deadline passes into a fragile 2-week ceasefire, the world is learning that the most powerful weapon in the 21st century isn't a missile, it's a faucet.